We're flying from Belgrade to Minsk in Belarus. My expectations are for a very Soviet environment, and starting at the airport, I'm not disappointed. Just outside the airport is a Soviet-style World War II memorial, or as they say here, the Great Patriotic War. Since Belarus has been part of the Russian Empire since the late 1700s, and then the Soviet Union from 1920 to 1990, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. As we reach the city, we see more Soviet-style apartment blocks and mega statues to Communist Party notables and dead poets. Another monument commemorating victory over the Germans in the Great Patriotic War. Not all the architecture is so harsh. The landscape across the Nesvizh River is very nice. And there are some newer apartment blocks with parks. Some of the buildings have been repurposed. The trade union's Palace of Culture is now a nightclub. But some of these monumental buildings just aren't pleasing to my eye. We drive down Independence Avenue, the former Soviet Union Street, past the GUM department store and the headquarters of the KGB. Yes, that's what they still call it here. This whole area was destroyed in World War II and rebuilt in a Socialist Realist style. We stop at Independence Square to look around. This square was formerly Lenin Square, and unlike a lot of places, the statue still stands. The square is dominated by the House of Government. This statue is a skylight that brightens a 3-level shopping mall underneath the square. The white stork is the unofficial symbol of Belarus. Next to the House of Government is, oddly, the Red Church, a Roman Catholic church. Our next stop is the oldest part of Minsk, across the Nesvizh River. Ironically, here's where we found some of the newest buildings. And another war memorial, this one for Belarus soldiers killed in the war in Afghanistan. The last stop today is our hotel, the Hotel Europe. We check in and find our room. Tonight at dinner, we enjoy some cabaret-style entertainment.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are glad to greet you in our country, in Belarus.
This morning we're going back in time and visiting a completely different Belarus. We're in Mir. The village seems timeless if you ignore the TV antenna and the power lines. In fact, St. Nicholas Roman Catholic Church was built between 1599 and 1605. There's also an Orthodox church in Mir. Mir was also the home to a famous yeshiva. But it's Mir Castle that we're here for. Duke Yuri Ilyich started construction in 1520. The Renaissance-style castle is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The castle passed into the hands of the Radziwiłł family around 1568. The Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth was established in 1569, and it was one of the largest and most populous countries in 16th and 17th century Europe. Its power declined, and by the 17th and early 18th century, it had become a vassal of Russia. In 1772, Russia, Prussia, and Austria divided the Commonwealth's territory among themselves. The castle has withstood many assaults over the years. The Swedish army in 1655 and again in 1706. The Russians in 1792. During Napoleon's invasion of Russia in 1812, Polish lancers were defeated by Russian cavalry here at Mir, but the Russians destroyed the castle as they withdrew. The castle was restored in the late 19th century. Inside is an outstanding collection of armor with some very unusual pieces. We explore the artifacts, art, costumes, and furniture from the Golden Age in the 16th and 17th centuries. But we can't linger and try to understand all this. We have another castle to visit after lunch. For lunch we have some hearty Belarusian country cuisine, including a delicious cabbage soup with pork and bread. After a little bus ride, we arrive at Nesvizh, another Radziwiłł castle. This is the Radziwiłł coat of arms. And this one's on the UNESCO World Heritage Site list also. Construction of the castle began in 1582 and was completed in 1604. It soon becomes obvious that the best has been saved to last. In 1706, the Swedish army sacked the castle and destroyed its fortifications. In the mid-1700s, the castle was renovated and enlarged. In 1994, the castle was designated a National Historical and Cultural Reserve, and renovation and reconstruction got underway. Today we can step back in time and see how royalty lived in 1760. Actors in period costume add to the effect. Ever wonder how they heat a castle? One or more of these heaters is in every room. Opulence falls short in describing these rooms. We have one more treat this afternoon, a concert in the chapel. Then we visit the armory. When you're this rich and important, you need a lot of protection. But even this didn't help. The castle was seized by the Russians in 1770, and the Radziwiłls were expelled. They eventually got it back and renovated it between 1881 and 1886. In 1939, the Radziwiłls were expelled by the Russians one final time, and the castle was used as a sanatorium. It's getting dark when we get back to Minsk and our hotel, just in time for dinner at the Grand Cafe. We top off a great day and an elegant dinner with a delicious panna cotta with berries.